Hello, my name is Sam. I am a transmasculine individual, and I am asexual, but not aromantic. I don't have enough experience with romantic relationships to really figure out that side of myself, but I figure I'll just go with it until I figure stuff out. I am fine with they, them, or he, him pronouns, and this is my first video that I'm going to put on YouTube. I want to make these videos both as a reference for myself to kind of look back on in the future, and also if anything I say can help other people, that would be great. So just a brief story about me. Until I was all the way through middle school, gender didn't really matter to me. Sure, people kind of made me wear dresses and put bows in my hair, but as soon as I was old enough to express opinions on this, they kind of just we're not gonna fight it. Because I didn't like stuff being all confining and attached to me, and just people telling me that ladies shouldn't spread their legs when they're wearing dresses. So it's just okay, whatever, I'll just wear pants all the time and loose t-shirts and just run around and have fun. And I was friends with mostly guys all the way through middle school, but then I went to high school. Now, a couple things happened at the same time. I hit puberty, more so than I already kind of had. I actually started really hitting puberty, and I also changed high school. I changed schools entirely. I went from public school to a very conservative private Christian high school, and it was a very gendered space, both because of the dress code and because of the people there. And suddenly people were treating me very differently because of my gender. Sure, they'd been using she pronouns and stuff, but they weren't really necessarily treating me any differently, but now they were. The guys wouldn't talk to me, and the girls kind of tolerated me because I was one of them. But I didn't really fit in. I eventually did find a friend group who was more accepting of me as I was, and I had a good time with them. They actually introduced me to Tumblr and the internet, and that's where I discovered the LGBT community. I had a lot of internalized homophobia issues to work through, and transphobia, and just a lot of, general crap that society teaches you when you don't know any better. And it took me a while to get over that, but once I did, I started researching the LGBT community. I was like, a lot of this sounds familiar. And so for a while I was questioning my gender and my sexuality. My sexuality I figured out in a few months. I was asexual, but not aromantic. I'm still I'm not really going to label my romantic orientation. I don't think it's that important. My asexual identity is much more important. But the gender piece did take a lot longer for me to figure out. I was questioning for over a year, especially because I had a hard time coming out to myself because of the internalized transphobia issues. I had a harder time being okay with it in myself than I was in being okay with it in other people, which I think isn't all that unusual if you have internalized phobias and isms misogyny and all that stuff. And so I had a hard time with that, and also I discovered that if I dressed more femininely, everyone in the grade knew what to do with me. They talked to me, they treated me better, and so that really confused me. I liked how it looked objectively, because I like how feminine people look, but it didn't feel right on me, and yet other people seemed to treat me better, and they were treating me better, and they were actually talking to me outside of just my friend group. And when there's 40 people in your graduating class, it's like being accepted a little more is nice. But then I went to college, and I realized that no one really gave a shit about what I was wearing, and I could just dress however I wanted, and that's what I did. Especially because my roommate was also part of the community, and she was really encouraging to me, and it was a really good experience. She actually introduced me to the term genderqueer, which I settled on that label for a while, because it was kind of an umbrella term and kind of a specific identity, which I kind of liked. And so I used that term for a while, and I went by exclusively they, them pronouns whenever I could for quite a while. But I've finally realized that I'm okay with everyone except people who I'm close to, or people who are used to the idea of gender not being fully binary, that I'm just a binary trans guy. And the way I see it is I'm 60 to 80% just binary trans guy, and 20 to 40% just squiggle. And that's kind of a terminology I got from Chase Ross, uppercase Chase 1 is his channel name, and it fits me better than labeling that extra bit that isn't quite female or quite male than, like, a gender or gender, like, I don't know, like Maverick and Nutois and all that. So I finally come to the decision, I'm okay with that, and so that's how I'm identifying currently. I finally got an appointment with a gender therapist last week, and that went really well. And I actually forgot to mention this, but I did come out to my mom several months ago, almost a year now, in late October of 2015. Kind of the confidence that I got while going to Pride with my college friends kind of gave me the confidence to come out to her. And so with all of my friends and with my professors and classmates, I'm using the name Sam. I'm trying my best to present masculinely. I might not, if I ever go on hormones or whatever and start to actually like pass as male, I might be more comfortable expressing more femininely. But as it is right now, social dysphoria really, it's not fun, and also body dysphoria. But yeah, I can't really transition more than this right now because my parents aren't that supportive, and I do need their financial support for just multiple reasons. But I'm working on it, and I'm just recording this so that I can see how I progress as a human. Bye.